Buzzer sounds, it is live. We are at Big Bear Ice Arena. I'm Harry Haviland, live on the mic with you, OTT Sports Network. Sunday morning action, your Warriors taking on Littleton. Red, purple, blue, green, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's even just an exhibition bout here. But nobody likes getting up early on a Sunday morning to come to Big Bear more than I do. Except for one person only. David McGowan on the camera with me here today. Everybody else calling in sick because they're scared of this. Not this Minnesota boy. He doesn't even have a toque or a hood on. I'm Canadian. I got gloves and a hood on in this barn right now. But we're going to have some fun this morning. Taking on Littleton. I think we've seen this team before. I'm not sure what the outcome was, but I'm pretty sure we won because I don't think we've lost too many. And play is underway. Littleton in the white jerseys. Your boys, the Warriors, in the navies. Navies, purples, they're navy. Burdette is the one with the puck. He's in deep. Littleton taking it off of his stick, trying to clear the zone, but pinching in and spinning it back around the other way is Weber. Foster and Weber really confused me with the 8s on their jerseys, and they're about the same size. It comes all the way out to center ice. Spinning in his own zone, Kolchevsky feeds that one up to Weber, who has Foster at center ice. That one gets intercepted. Turn the other way here by Littleton. Knocked out by Kolchevsky. It comes back in offside. They don't whistle it down as Bodine tips it across the red line. Kolchevsky keeping that one right back out, back to the red line. Ping pong action at center ice here to start this one. In deep and being chased down by Lauber. Lauber building up some speed in his own zone, coming out of there, gains the red line, then gets it knocked back the other way by Littleton. Weber trying to keep this one poked out, but Littleton says no to that action. They gain back into the offensive zone. A shot on net, Jack Graham with a quick save. And back out to the point. Castillo can't get that one out. It comes bouncing over the bench into somebody's lap there. I have got so many layers on. I'm trying to take hoods off and gloves off now. It's cold, but it's not that cold. We're high above the glass in the press box here. Players coming by. Everybody's looking at the camera. It's like we're standing on a pedestal here or something, David. One cleanly there back by Littleton, trying to backhand it in. They get another shot off. It's blocked by Castillo. And then Cannonberg can't get that one out. 1-on-2. And stolen away there. McGowan rips that one around the boards. Haviland looking to pick it up. Can't get it past the pinching defender. Centering puck goes through the crease and over to Bodine. Bodine drops that one into the high slot. Haviland turns around, knocks it out of his stick and out. McGowan now across the blue line. Castillo up ahead of him. Feeds it to him. He's coming in down, power into the front of the net. Gets it knocked off his stick and into the corner. Haviland, Castillo back over to Littleton. Blocked by Bodine, but it still comes out of the zone here as a Littleton player carrying it through center ice. Picked up by Haviland in front of his own net. Stick handles around 1 and 2. Haviland still coming through. Walking down the left side. Takes a shot off goalie with an easy pad save. Kicks it over into the corner. Stewart now. Back out to Cannonberg and then dumped in. Foster banging at it. Gets it out to Cannonberg at the point. Fires one in. I heard a ding on that one. It goes off the post and then rung around the boards by the Littleton defense. Kept in there by the McGowan at the point. Back over to Foster. To McGowan. He makes that dangerous pass across. Gets deflected up there by Littleton. Cannonberg goes down but saves the play there. Dumped all the way down the ice, and the ref who I was talking about last week is back. He's got that flow coming out the back of his toque. Looking all kinds of fresh this morning. It's 11:05 left to go here. First period action, Big Bear Ice Arena, OTT Sports Network. Harry Haviland, David McGowan live with you on this beautiful Sunday morning. Foster leans into this one. The ref blows the whistle, and he gets that one over, but then it's tipped back over by Littleton behind their own net. They pick it up, looking for a way to get this out of the zone. They get it up the boards. No pressure, and then kept in by Manick there. Littleton had all kinds of time, but Manick with the shot on net, held on by the goaltender. Gonna have another whistle right down in deep. Short bench this morning, 4 defenders and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forwards. Missing a few players here, and coaches for that matter. Pop and Terry not on the bench, but Coach Jason and Foster on the bench. Coaches Jason and Foster, sorry. Coming out's Lauber out of his own end. Couldn't stick handle his way through, trying to feed that one over to Stewart, but Foster does finally get it up to him. He's pestering up against the boards here with the Littleton players who knock it out of the zone. Castillo gets it, working his way around the right wing. Comes in, gets another shot off. Saved there by Littleton, and then over to the side as he doesn't want to hang on to that. Fredette in the corner. All the way out. Kolchevsky can't get a stick on that, and it comes back into center ice. Kolchevsky spinning. Looking for Castillo. McGowan back in his own end. Coming around the net. Skates that one up, tipping it ahead to Weber. Gets knocked down before he can get a shot off. Littleton puts it off the boards. Canterbury pinching into the blue line, dumping it back in here to Castillo. Coming into the top of the slot, can't get the shot off, but he's still chasing the puck over against the boards. Banged in hard off the goalie's pad. Fredette now. Hanging on hard to it, but out to the point, kept in by Canterbury. Tip back into Fredette. Littleton player following, giving Castillo's chance behind the offensive zone. Tipped in to his own net. Was that in? The ref didn't point. He waves it off. Wow. I thought they almost gave themselves a self-goal here. Big Jack Graham over getting all the action as he goes for a skate in his own end. Comes over, waves to us up here in the press box. Backhanded behind the Littleton net. Haviland shouldering his way into the corner. Can't skate the puck to the front of the net. Littleton picks it up, coming back. Cannonberg with a great back check there. Awesome work, and McGowan now fighting against three players behind the net. Littleton trying to skate their way out in front. Can't get it all the way out, but they get it to the point. Tip back in. Littleton now with a little bit of offensive pressure for the first time. Centering pass negated there, and Cannonberg back into the corner. Bumping his player off of the puck. The Hawks behind the net, fighting hard for this one. Cannonberg gets a blade on it, and then takes the player down. Cannonberg, McGowan off the boards. Haviland feeding that one up off the back of Foster. Kept in, and then Haviland picks it back up on the side of the blue line. He trips and passes it up to Foster, who just dumps that one in deep. Chasing around the far sides, Bodine in the corner to pick it up. Centering pass stopped there by Littleton. They make the quick breakout, 1-2, and then back up to Haviland coming out. Tip to Bodine, back to Haviland. Working his way through, kept in at the point there. Lauber with the shot. That one, another just about deflected in. The goalie hangs on to it, though. 7:57 left to go. First period still underway here at Big Bear Ice Arena. The score is 0-0 as the Warriors and the Hawks continue to battle. No shortage of ice time for these players here. Castillo right back out there. I think they might be rotating two centers and 4D. That center pass again picked up by Littleton. Stick handling their way through. Stolen away by Manick at center ice. Manick comes across the blue line. Tries to backhand that over to Stewart with the shot and the save and rebound and another save. Third attempt is still stopped by the Littleton goalie. That's what we've been talking about all season long. Get those pucks to the next net and continue to crash. Littleton winning this faceoff forward and coming across center ice quickly. Puts this one past Lauber and skating into the corner to pick it back up. Lauber with a bump, getting the stick lift under him. Castillo going around. Can't go around another one, but he's still chasing the puck down. They put it up off the boards. Lauber holding out of his own zone, but fighting against two Littleton players to do so. Gets kicked to Stewart. He's got some time behind his own net as he decides what he wants to do with it. Finn Stewart with the pass that's deflected and bounces out of the zone to Castillo. Castillo with the rolling puck, and now he's on a break. Castillo coming in. Oh, they get back and tip that one away before he manages to get a shot off, but they hold it into the point. McGowan takes a blast, sends that one just a little bit wide. Manick into the corner with Castile. Littleton backhands that puck around their net. Weber gives chase out to the point to McGowan. Gets past him, and Littleton's coming the other way, 2-on-1. Spinning around is Canterbury, just manages to find the toe of his stick onto that rubber, kicking it into the corner and then slowing that play down as a result. Out to the point, Littleton looking to take a shot, fires one, it's blocked in front by Foster as he dives for it. Canterbury banks it off the boards for Foster. Not all the way out, pinching in is Littleton, they hold the boards. Round Canterbury, tipped up there by Foster. Back over to Canterbury in his own zone. He's going to try and reverse this one around the other way. He does just that, up to Weber, who misses the pass on the boards, and it's kicked right back in there by the Hawks. 5:57 left to go here, first period. Still 0-0 as the Warriors are on their heels, trapped up in the defensive zone. Fredette trying to kick it up to Foster. He does. Devin Foster coming across the blue line into the offensive zone, trying to get a shot off. Over to Fredette, spins back around instead of taking the backhand shot. Out to the point. Oh, fires that one just a little too hard for Kolchevsky to handle. Graham touches up on it, and Lauber checks up and passes it out to Foster. Foster to Weber. Littleton. Back the other way, 2-on-1 coming in. Making the pass across. Good defensive play there. Lauber getting it caught up in his skates. Back to Lauber. Front of his net. Backhands that one to the top of the slot. Littleton picks it up, takes a shot. Graham makes the initial save. Rebound comes out to Littleton. They bury it into the wide open net. And the Warriors are now facing a 1-goal deficit. 4:59 left to go here in the first period, and they're going to do what they can to claw their way back in this last 5 minutes of this period. Manick in center with Bodine and Haviland. McGowan and Canterbury back on the point. One back there. McGowan to pick it up, puts it off the boards, bounces off of a player on the bench, I'm going to say. And the ref whistles it down, and he's going to slowly skate his way back here. Stopping at the red line because that's far enough. Over to McGowan off the face-off win. Through the legs, Manick tried to backhand that one up. Comes all the way to the far side to Canterbury. Manick again, back to Littleton. Canterbury swinging at it, knocked back out by Littleton to Bodine, tips it off the boards, picked up by Littleton. They go to the other side of the ice, make the breakout pass in behind. Littleton coming in on a breakaway, takes a shot and rings one off the iron. Goalie's best friend making the save on that one. Bodine putting the forecheck pressure on, kicks it around. Bodine off the backboards. Haviland tips it out, holding it in at the point is McGowan, forcing his way in. All the way back out to center ice. Canterbury back over to Haviland. Left there for him by Manick. Haviland gains up blue line, walks in, takes a shot. Goalie fumbles that one, and it goes off of his glove over to the side. Backhand by Manick in front. Another shot by Bodine. Haviland looking for the rebound. Littleton players coming over to make sure there's no more pokes at their goalie. They had a few attempts at it, but he covers up for that one. 3:44 left to go. 1-0 game here. The Hawks up on your Warriors. Oh, we got a scoreboard. If we just put we got to put the scoreboard on. Look at this, and the Hawks are up 1-0. Training all these new cameramen's been really tough here for me the last couple of weeks. We are actually, I mentioned this last week, Brian Bodine was on that trip down to Peru for the hockey tournament. He has been captured by a tribe in the jungle, and they're holding him ransom. Their only demand, a shout out on the OTT Sports Network. So here you guys go. Please release Brian Bodine. Do not make him stay in that jungle one day longer. We need him back here. He knows how to run the scoreboard. Shout out to the tribe in Peru. And Brian, wishing you back here soon. Littleton comes right back into the offensive zone, trying to take another shot into the glove of Graham. He closes the trapper, hanging on to that one with a little under 4 minutes left to go in the first. Face-off right down below the press box. Foster winning that one back, picked up by Cannonberg in his own zone. Circling his way right behind Graham's net. Cannonberg walks it out in front, pushes it up ahead of himself, has Weber with him, but he's going to continue to carry it. Finds Foster just ahead of him. Foster with the centering pass. Held in. Held in and knocked around the boards. Foster behind the net looking for it. Hawks over to the far side. They put it right up center ice. Clear the zone. Cannonberg's there to pick it up at the red line. Ref with the flow waves. That was no icing. Cannonberg stepping in off the blue line to pick this one up. Off the boards. Castillo at the point. Tips that one around, taking the stick out. Puts it back in. That's going to be an offside call as Castillo was playing a little bit of an off position there at the blue line as Cannonberg was in deep. It's going to go offside for a whistle and 2:49 left to go here in this balmy arena. I'm just trying to pace on this 4 foot by 4 foot deer stand, press box that we're standing on. Into McGowan in his own end, picks his head up, sees it across, pass intercepted. Cannonberg there to clean up the mess. Sends it all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. He knows it. He tried not to look up here. He was skated by, but far side for net, feeding that one out. Bodine can chase it down. Him and Castillo 2-on-1 going against the defender who pushes that out to the blue line and out. Ref blows a whistle, not too loudly, but
I think he was unsure of that.
I don't know if he knew what he was talking about or if he knows what he's talking about. I've seen old refs before, but I believe that guy refereed the first ice hockey game ever. Here's a fun fact for you. Cavemen versus the aliens back in 6,427 BC. He's still kicking here. It's Big Bear Ice Arena. You never know what you're going to see. Here's another breakaway for Littleton. Cannonberg coming back. Gets a good defensive move on there, taking away a lot of the pressure on that shot. Graham still coming up with the saves. And Castillo's going to go to the box here because he's stronger than the Littleton player. The white jersey goes down. Castillo goes to the box. He's going to take 2 minutes to think about it, and your Warriors are going to be shorthanded. Lauber and Kolcheski on D. It's going to be Haviland and Manick on forward here to kill this one off for your Warriors. Knocked out to the point there by Kolcheski and then dumped right back in. Spinning behind the net is Lauber. Gets the inside. It's the inside track on it. And I'm going to cough my way as the puck is coughed up in center ice. Picked back up by Littleton. Haviland with the stick. Back over to Kolcheski. Dumping this one all the way down. Waving off the icing as it's tipped at center ice. Haviland with a little bit of pressure as the Hawks are circling behind their own net. Minute 16 left to go in the first period. Minute 24 on the power play. Here for the Hawks as they gain the zone. Backhand in front, shot, save. Oh, Jack Graham coming across. Saving that rebound shot there by Littleton. I thought that one was going home. Jack says no. And we are going to keep this one a 1-0 game with $1:06 left to go in the first. I was going to wear my electric underwear this morning, and I forgot. It is cold in here, isn't it? See? Oh, power play goal there by the Hawks. Still over a minute to go here in the first. And this Big Bear Ice Arena has not been good to the Warriors in the last 2 weeks. Graham yelling at his players, let's go get this one back is what I'm going to translate that to. Foster, Weber, and Fredette on forward. McGowan and Cannonberg back on the point. Seeing if they can find a way to at least climb back within one here. Littleton seems to have all the speed and the effort as the second half. Learn how to talk, Harry. One more time. Another shot. Graham save. For the second half of this first period is what I'm trying to say. It's been all Hawks. Fredette working his way through, trying to make this one around. Fredette coming up big. He heard me talking down here. He wants nothing to do with that. He puts it home, bringing this one within one. It's 2-1 with 44 seconds left to go here in the first period. I know Warriors are warming up, unlike me and David up here in the press box. It is kind of a cool view from up here, though, isn't it? Just looking over the glass, it's a great spot. Everybody on the other side of the ice looking through that dirty glass. And it's air conditioned over here, exactly. It's beautiful. Fredette trying to get another one here as time winding down in this first period. Battles his way across the blue line with Foster and Weber going towards the front of the net. Out to the point. Littleton on the attack. Coming in on Cannonberg, he's trying to force him wide, going through, tipped into the corner by McGowan. McGowan flipping that one up over Weber's stick, held in there by Littleton. The Hawks back and forth behind the net, setting this one up. Looking to go to the point. McGowan tips it out ahead of him. He's got 3 seconds to try and get a shot off.
Shoot!
Tips it towards Fredette. But time winds down. Buzzer sounds. It's the end of the first period. It's 2 for the Littleton Hawks and 1 for your Arapahoe Warriors. They head over to the bench here. Coach Jason, Coach Scott, trying to keep themselves warm over there.
How stable do you think this thing is?
This thing's not stable at all. It wobbles a little bit. It's okay. It didn't fall with me and Sean up here last week, so we should be all right.
Do you offer an insurance plan?
The OTT is not offering insurance. This is your waiver right here. I'm telling you as we speak. We are not that well insured. Nice calm demeanor here. Coach Jason giving a little chat to the team behind the bench as you guys are seeing. We don't have him mic'd up, but I'm just telling him I'm trying to read lips. He keeps turning his head. I can't see it. Oh, be sure with what you're doing. Be sure with that puck. Make those clean passes. Keep your heads up.
And listen to the OTT network.
Listen to the OTT network. Oh, there. Reading lips. Says Harry Haviland's the best broadcaster that you guys are ever going to have. Why don't you just win this one for him? And ready, break. That's the way it goes. And we're going to see if those wise words of wisdom from the coaches are going to light a spark under this team as we enter this second period. Coming back the other way, looking to see all the action right here on this side of the ice. Castillo with the face-off win. Kolchevsky up to Castillo. Over to Stewart. Finn Stewart gets that one stripped. Chasing it down, still fighting against the boards. Castillo coming up with it. Center and pass to Manic. Gets the one-timer off, but it goes wide. Castillo picking that rebound up off the boards, blocked off the defender's skate. Out to the Hawks, who tipped that one up and out of the zone. Lobber back it is, and to pick up the waved off icing. Gets bumped off the puck. Castillo to pick it up all the way across the far side. Stewart got a race for this one. Icing waved off again. Littleton back the first ones to pick it up. Held in by Manic, tipped over to Castillo, into the high slot. Castillo backhands up over the net. Manic with the backhand tip out, stopped there by Littleton and kicked to center ice. Littleton with Stewart on the back check. Stick lifted, player goes down behind the net. Around Stewart knocks it, but Littleton stops it. They reverse to the other side. Lauber unable to clear the zone. Stewart with the backhand. NWB to the point. They get the shot off and a pad save there by Graham. It's going to be a high stick action. Touched up by Littleton, brought out of the zone. 12:44 left to go with the face-off at center ice. All the way down with that high stick. What do I know? Man, must have like frost on my brain or something. Great view coming down right here. Foster trying to win this one back, ties his man up. Haviland can't get there in time. Back out to Bodine with the shot deflection in front. Still loose. Haviland couldn't bury the rebound. Tries to center it. Haviland with Bodine in front. Not to him. Cannonberg with the shot. Another loose puck. Foster swinging at it. Haviland with a swipe. Kicked into the corner by Littleton, and they get rid of the pressure, dumping it all the way out. Icing again, waved off as it's tipped, and McGowan goes back behind his own net for it. Graham McGowan up to Foster, coming out of his own zone. Devin Foster racing across center ice. Gains the blue line. Bodine with him. Foster works his way in, can't get the backhand shot off. That one knocked, or tried to get knocked down in front, and then reversed out of the zone just as quickly by Littleton. Cannonberg forcing his player wide, takes a puck right off his stick. Up to Bodine, out of the zone, but too far. Littleton stopping this one. They get onside. Stick handles his way through a couple of times. Foster getting a blade on that one and tipping it into the corner for Haviland. Haviland skating this one out, trips over himself. Goes around one player, can't get through him again, but he does too much dingling and dangling at the blue line, forcing his teammate offside. And this one's whistled down, gonna be brought out to the neutral ice territory for a face-off. Not sure who got up early this morning to tune in, but if you're out there, we appreciate it. These kids are having some fun. They were itching, couldn't even sleep last night about the excitement of coming to play at Big Bear early in the morning on a Sunday. I know I couldn't sleep. Backhanded in by Littleton. Cannonberg gets beat to the puck there by the Hawks. Banging it off the boards and coming out of the zone is Fredette, though. Fredette still keeping this one. Passed it up to Steele. Across the far side to Weber. Off the boards and out by Littleton. Kolchevsky's the one back for it. Into his own zone. Pressured there by the Hawks player. Zone cleared. Castillo picks it up. Can't get around the defensive player who puts it out, and they don't come back in with it, so there's no offside called. Lauber feeding it up to Weber. Gaining the blue line, trying to split the D. Weber still has it. Another defender comes across. Breaking the play up, but they come out the other way, 2-on-1. Lauber with a big blade. Breaking that one, and then dumped all the way in by Littleton. Kolchevsky forgot the puck. Littleton came to pick it up behind the Warriors' net. Coming into the slot. Shot. Graham with a save. Really like to see these Warriors get a few more shots on this goaltender. I don't know what shots are, but I'm thinking that Graham has more saves than we have shots. Unable to clear the zone. Littleton spins it around, and the ref's going to whistle that one down. Offside. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to go here in the second period. Your Warriors are trailing 2-1 to the Hawks. The OTT Sports Network, Harry Haviland live with you. Beautiful Sunday. It's way warmer outside right now, too. It's going to be like 75 degrees here. And right now, if I check my temperature on my watch against this air conditioning unit, it is 7 degrees. That's Fahrenheit for you folks up in Canada. Well, in Canada and anywhere else in the world, as I believe Fahrenheit's only used in the United States. America! Kept in there by Littleton. Cannonberg off the boards. Rips it around to Stewart, who tries to backhand that one up to Manick, who in turn drops it again for Stewart. And Haviland gets tripped up at the blue line as he was trying to stick handle his way in. And then he forgets that the play's going on as he spins over to the far side. And Stewart over to McGowan. Gonna take this one for a walk deep in his own zone, winding up behind the net. Pass up and out of the zone to Stewart. Then gets his head pushed up against the glass. With some time, Littleton in their own zone, making a pass out. Centering back over to Littleton. They can't get the shot off. And I'm sorry, I was just sitting here at awe, running through words in my own head that I'm not allowed to say on the air as the Warriors are just getting pushed around here and outplayed. What? Graham, wow. That is the reason it is only a 1-goal game. Jack Graham diving across his net, making a huge save there. They have got to find a little bit of a spark here. Not typical Warriors hockey. That one goes up over Graham's glove. Lobber into the corner. Up the side to Bodine. Feeding Foster at center ice. He's got some room. He's wheeling in with Fredette coming off. Centered. Shot in, blocked. Zone kept in there with a skate of Kolchevsky. They get a shot off. Goalie steers it off to the side. Bangs it off the boards, trying to get it out. They can't. Lobber walking in. Shot. That one's gloved down and held on to by the Littleton goalie. 7:58 left to go. Second period action underway at Big Bear Ice Arena. He looks like he feels pretty important every time he blows that whistle. I think he is. I mean, when you got hair like that, you can do whatever you want in my books. Burdette trying to keep it in. It gets bumped out there by Littleton. Kolchevsky back to pick it up at his own blue line. Circles and gets it taken away and then takes it right back. Kolchevsky shoots that one wide. Off the boards, it bounces. Lobber pinching in off the blue line. Working his way in deep now. Foster. All the way back out to Bodine. Feeding it across to Kolchevsky. Sneaking in. Shot. Foster. Centered. Balancing around. Fredette couldn't get it off. Bodine shoots one wide. Hawks dump it all the way down. And Flo waves that one off. Around the boards. Fredette sneaks it out. Him and Bodine coming across. They got 2-on-1. Fredette with the speed and the angle. Gets it knocked off of his blade, and it comes 3-on-2 the other way. 3-on-3 as Canterbury's coming off the bench. Lobber takes the player out, and oh, the old man blew the whistle. Again.
A little late on that one.
Little late, little weak. A little bit offside is what they're going to make the call officially stand as. Outside the blue line is where they skate, and that's where the puck's going to get dropped. I'm going to fall off of this thing. I keep pacing, and half my foot goes off the side, and I realize that we're not insured, so I step a little bit to the left. Kicked off the skate of Haviland. The clearing attempt is rung back around the boards here. Castile, back to Canterbury. Backhanded out by Littleton. That's offside as it gets, but they don't call that one. Weber in his own zone, looking up ahead of him. Feeds it up to himself. Weber's still with it. Pushing it into the zone. Too far ahead. Hawks behind their own net, up off the boards behind Flo, and out of the zone attempt is picked off there at the point. They got that one player up high, forcing McGowan to be back at center ice. That's one comes across the blue line as a result. Canterbury flipping it up to Haviland on the left wing. Comes in, just takes that shot. It's blocked into the corner off the skates of the defender. Haviland off the boards again. Has time. What is he going to do? Back out to McGowan with the shot. Tipped in front. Castile wrap around is wide open. Backhand in front, and they can't figure out how to put the puck in the net. Hawks come the other way. McGowan now against two of them in his own zone. To Haviland. Kai Haviland with the pass attempt out of the zone. It's blocked and knocked down by the Hawks. Cannonberg can't feed it up to Castillo. He's going to take this one on his own. Passes it up to Haviland, who gives a weak tip in there, and the Hawks ring it around the boards and out of the zone. They've got room to skate with it with 5:05 left to go here in the second period. The Hawks walk into the offensive end, backhanding that one behind the net. McGowan picking it up behind Graham. To Haviland again. Off the boards, bounces to the blue line, held in there by Littleton. Spun around to the other end, and Stewart's going to have his shot at it. Stewart can't get that puck out of the zone. Picked up by Littleton, knocked down by Cannonberg, and then backhanded back in. Cannonberg ripping it around the other side for a reverse. Haviland clears the zone, can't find Stewart, it's out of his reach. And there's going to be a penalty on the play against Warriors for a rough. 7 blue for a rough. Graham McGowan, the goon that we all know him to be, is heading to the penalty box to feel shame. I have no idea what he did. It must have been behind the play somewhere, but it's a roughing call, and now the Warriors are back killing off a penalty with 4:27 left to go here in the second. Hawks already with 1 power play goal. Lauber trying to get this one out of his zone. The Hawks keep it in at the blue line. Backhand up into the jersey of Graham, who dropped the puck, fell on top of it. The whistle blew as he was going down. We're going to have another face-off deep in the offensive zone here for the Hawks. Warriors on defense with 1:47 left to kill off of this penalty. I can't feel my legs.
I cannot feel my fingers.
Oh. Lauber back over to Stewart. He's got time. Passing it up. Manick losing it at center ice. Going to be offside. Offside's the call, yes.
That's the only call he knows.
I was going to say, I don't think he's blown a whistle other than an offside. But then again, he doesn't go too far from those blue lines, so he's got a really good view of it at all points. Lauber clears the zone, but it's held up at the red line and dumped right back in there by the Hawks. Kolcheski behind his own net, tipping it up to Fredette, who can't clear it. Shot in by the Hawks around for Lauber. Lauber running into a player behind the net. Littleton playing pass with it, and Foster can't get it out of the zone. The Hawks, that was out. And Pantene Pro V over here calls it. It's going to be an offside. Foster spinning at the dot. One back by the Hawks. Graham couldn't quite handle that one as he was looking to feed it into the corner. Just killing some more time off this clock here with 51 seconds left to go in the penalty. 3:18 left in the second period. The score is still 2-1 for the Hawks as the Warriors are trying to figure themselves out. I'm trying to figure it all out too. I don't know if it's this rink or if it's, maybe it's just me. It's the rink, we're gonna call it the rink. Have not seen their best hockey at Big Bear yet this year. Kolcheski backhanding that one to his deep partner, Lauber. Fredette can't clear it out as Foster is coming out the other side. Fredette's gonna pick it up on his own. Coming in 1-on-2 shorthanded. Fredette still dancing with it. Up against the boards. And then stripped of the puck there by the Hawks. They come through center ice. Working their way back in. 1-on-2, 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Backhand shot. The Hawks outworking again in the corner to the front of the net. I don't know if Graham got a save on that or the defenders did. The penalty's now over, back to 5-on-5 hockey action. But the Warriors still can't clear the zone with 2:10 left to go here in the second period. Haviland off the skate of a Littleton player, couldn't find Fredette. Now he's forced to wheel back into his own zone as Lauber chases the Littleton player around the boards. Still hanging on to it, getting away with a trip there, potentially. Foster, Haviland backhands it against the boards. Cannonberg in his own zone, back up to Haviland. Flipping it out of the zone, but not to Foster. Right back to Littleton, who skates around. The Hawks hanging onto this puck, back out to the point. They play pass with it, take the shot, blocked there by Beaudin. Sprawling Littleton player trying to get it towards the front of the net. Cannonberg can't clear it. In front, Graham sticks a toenail out there and kicks that one off to the side. Another shot in wide of the net. I can't even call this. They got to get this puck out of the zone. What are they doing? Just like that. On call, that's going to be offside as Castillo took one extra second there at the blue line. Skates that one in. Littleton looking like they're having fun out here as they're running into each other, but they're managing to laugh it off. Warriors looking a little frustrated with 1:01 left to go here in the second period. Beaudin tipping that off the Littleton player's stick. Littleton gets it right back, feeding it out to center ice. McGowan skating into his own zone to pick it up. Looking up ahead. McGowan tip to Beaudin, bounces over his stick. Beaudin feeding it to Haviland, who couldn't find Castillo. Kick there by Cannonberg, right back over to Littleton. They come out of the zone, get on side, and dump it in deep. McGowan behind his own net, got Cannonberg around the far side. Gonna put that one past Cannonberg's stick. And Littleton stepping in off the blue line to hold it in. Centering pass out to Castillo, loses it in the slot, shot blocked over to the side. Haviland behind the net, can't clear the zone. Clapper rolling from the point, doesn't get too far. Stopped in front, another opportunity into the belly of Graham. The buzzer sounds, saving the Warriors from what was looking like a really not good thing. And that's the most technical term I can think of to explain that second period. A really not good thing. They're looking a little gassed, but I've seen players play with less players on the bench, or teams play with less players on the bench. Coach Jason bringing out the whiteboard here. Coach Foster is pouring shots of Red Bull and handing out Pop Rocks. Just trying to do anything they can to get these guys going. Get them motivated a little bit here for this third period. Maybe you can come over here and rub my legs and get some feeling back in my thighs. That'd be a great thing too. All the parents over there roughing it out. They got their toques on, they got their winter coats on. Not everybody though. I'm the only one over here. I'm the Canadian. I've got the hood on, 9 layers of coats. I've gotten soft since I've moved down here.
The really soft ones are up in the
Yes, up in the warm room up there, the really, really soft ones.
box.
They can't handle it. They're in the luxury suites looking down. As you can see up there, behind the glass, all hiding with the heaters and the hot cocoa and the servers. Servers coming to take their orders, and that's the luxury boxes here at Big Bear Ice Arena. Nothing like the press box that we're in. The camera's wobbly too. Brian, where are you? No. He's. I don't know how to fix it. I tried to fix it. Brian's the only one that knows how to fix it.
Brian, we need you.
Brian, we need you.
Get better.
I've gotten notice here. That second intermission, I got it in from the truck. He was released by that tribe holding him captive. They got their shout out on the OTT Sports Network. And Brian Beaudin is now a free man heading to the airport in Peru. And Fredette is heading to the front of the net, and a backhand goal to start this third. Eli Fredette makes it 2-2. 13:39 left to go. Lots of hockey to play in this third period. Is it? I think it's this one. Is it? No. Or if you, oh, is this thing tightened? Does this spins to tighten it? That might make it a little bit. No, it just made it wobblier. I don't know what's going on. I've tried to fix the camera. I'm not a camera fixer guy. David's doing a great job though, keeping the action in your living rooms and on your yachts. The International Space Station, shout out to you, as Kannenberg was trying to send that one and dedicate it to you. Hard-working men and women up in outer space right now, tuning in on the OTT Sports Network. Oh, got Scott Foster getting hot on the bench, loving the action here. He's got this team motivated. They're all ready to go. Heard something about a foot going into, I don't know. Oh, diving on top of it. I think Red Foreman was the one that came up with that, or I'm going to stick my foot in your... I don't know. We're a PG program here on the OTT Sports Network. We can't repeat.
The Pop Rocks and Red Bull.
The Pop Rocks and Red Bull at the second intermission did it. Haviland Castillo against the boards in the offensive zone. Bodine spinning it around, backhands it, leaving it for Castillo. It's picked up by the Hawks. Kannenberg stepping in off the blue line, gets his backhand on it. Kannenberg keeping it in deep, gets tripped up by Head and Shoulders, and then coming out of the zone is Littleton. 3-on-2. Ooh, deflected shot into the corner. Bodine to Castillo. Castillo feeding it all the way over to Haviland. He's racing up the left wing, trying to work his way around into the corner. Still holding on to this one, can't backhand it. Feeds it back to himself. Haviland still behind the net. Out to the point to Alchevsky. Shot blocked in front. Castillo with another one. Bouncing around in front, picked up by Stewart. Out to the point. Those centering passes through the passes through center ice. Harry has marbles in his mouth this morning. Lauber has it bounce over his stick.
Cover the gap.
Kolchevsky breaking that one up. Lauber's safe at first, and then that one's blocked there by Kolchevsky again. To the point, another shot blocked by Castillo. Haviland feeds it out to center ice. Castillo trying to tip it up. Littleton gets to that one first. Castillo back on top of it. Swung there by Manick and cleared. Shot, stick to side there by Graham, and Kolchevsky picks it up. Action picking up here with 11:30 left to go in the third period. 2-2's the score, and both teams seem like they all of a sudden want this game. Foster feeds it up to Stewart. It's bouncing. Stewart racing for it. Littleton gets the upper hand on him as he skates into the zone. Out to Foster. The shot, pad save, rebound collected by Littleton and fired all the way down the ice. Kannenberg racing back for it, picks it up around the boards. McGowan can't tip it past. Littleton in front, centering Graham with a stick on it, and then Foster comes away with the puck. Foster gaining the red line, gaining the blue line, Fredette towards the front of the net. Foster with a centering pass. Littleton almost tips that into their own zone, or into their own net. McGowan with a shot. Fans on that one, then it's tipped to the side there by Fredette. Going up against the boards with the Littleton player. Fredette still with it. Kannenberg holding in at the blue line. Back into Fredette. Centering pass in front. Turn shot, Foster. Save. Can't get it in behind Kannenberg, but he loses the puck, and then Littleton works their way into the zone, and then Kannenberg gets back on top of it and dumps it down deep. Both refs call off icing there as the one continues to hug the blue line like he does so well. Fredette in his own zone, in the offensive zone, centering. Castillo back over. Kolchevsky looking for the give and go with Castillo. Oh, and Castillo with a shot off the backboards, pinching in Lauber for it. Littleton can't clear the zone, held into the blue line. Castillo, top of the circle, dancing around, gets a shot off. Pad saved by the goaltender. Back to Castillo, centering pass, picked off by Littleton. They can't clear the zone. Haviland picks it up at the blue line, works it off the crossbar. Haviland rings one. They seem to be buzzing here in the third. Another shot, save there. Out of the zone, Lauber at center ice. Oh, loses it. Littleton walking in, backhand, oh, over Graham's shoulder, but over the net as well. Kolchevsky out of the zone, ahead of Castillo. And then right back the other way, coming off the bench is McGowan to defend it. Littleton, pass across, stopped there by Kolchevsky and out of the zone. Castillo spinning with it at center ice, comes away with the puck, turns and hammers it in. Haviland picks it up at the circles, gets a shot towards the net. Gloved over to the side there by the goaltender, rebound picked up by Littleton. The Hawks clear the zone. Foster on top of it, right at the blue line. Foster tipping this ahead to himself, works his way in, gets bodied and shoved around there by the Littleton player. Haviland to help him out, and then Bodine against the boards. Oh, one-on-one now, McGowan racing back into his own end. McGowan on his backhand, getting hooked up there by the Littleton player. Littleton with it in the slot, tip back over, now Foster up to Haviland. He's got one guy. Foster got taken down. He was looking to make that pass across to him. Out of the zone, runs into a wall there called Henry Cannonberg, and the Warriors come up with it. Haviland can't center that one back. It's stolen by Littleton. They gain the zone, working their way in the left wing. Backhand off the side of the net. Second attempt goes in. My goodness. The net's off. Graham's trying to tell the ref that that puck went in, the net was off. The ref says, yes, it was, and the puck still went in. Still? Oh, coach looking for an explanation here from the referee. Ref giving him nothing at all, and the coach politely telling him, thank you for your explanation. The net was off, but it doesn't matter. It's 3-2. The Warriors have a goal to make up here with 7:33 left to go in the third period. Castillo with a swing. Coming back against McGowan, goes around, and McGowan takes a player out. Now McGowan's going to get a penalty as a player goes down because he's not fast enough to go around the defending player. And Herbal Essence over there calls the guy for 2 minutes, and now there's a penalty. Oh, little bits of conversations that we're privy to over the press box. We're not going to mention anything. Like I said, this is a PG program. Looking for a shorthanded opportunity here. Kolchevsky behind the net to Lauber. Lauber clearing the zone. Stopped there at center ice by Littleton. Kolchevsky with a stick on it, holding up the play a little bit, and then Manick taking a swing at it, bounces through the legs of Stewart and into the zone. Player down behind the net. Littleton still coming out with it, looking to get set up here on this power play. They're in the zone, being pestered there by Lauber. Lauber off the boards to Manick, who clears the zone. 1:18 left to go here to kill off this penalty. 6:33 left in the 3-2 game. Weak shot there, stolen by Castillo. Winding up behind his own net. Castillo stepping around one. Gonna come through two. Can't carry it out of the zone. Oh, he gets it back. and then tips it over to Weber. Weber behind the net to Castillo, picked up by Littleton on the far side. They're breaking it out of their own zone as they've got 46 seconds left on this power play, and the puck bounces over to Lauber. Can't handle that out of control rubber, and then it's picked back up by Littleton. Backhanding it into the corner, Canterbury chasing it down. To Castillo, can't find Weber breaking out. In the slot, another shot deflected into the corner. Littleton still has it. Centering pass into the skates of Castillo. He doesn't find it. Lauber with another block. Knocked down there by Canterbury, and Lauber picks it up. Player down. Castillo gets sandwiched at center ice. Gets taken down. Whistle's going to blow for a Littleton player who is on the ice. 14 seconds still to kill off this penalty. 5:31 left to go. OTT Sports Network bringing it to you. We're pacing up here in this 3-foot by 2-foot press box that we're wobbling our way through this game on. I don't know if you're standing up in your living rooms just yet, but you've got 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to cheer your team on to get another goal to at least tie this one up. Littleton now with it in their own end. 6 seconds left on the power play for them as they break it out. Looking way up for that pass. Lauber sees it, gets back on top of it. Lauber out of the zone. Weber with it. Fredette going with him. Weber leaves that one behind him. Castillo looking for it, and then around the far side. Fredette taking his player into the boards. Out to the point to Lauber with a shot. Gets through, but it's a little bit wide, and Castillo's against the far boards for it. Claps it towards the front of the net. Goalie had to be sharp on that one as he kicks it over to his defense, who can't clear the zone with Bodine standing at the blue line. McGowan right behind him. And that one bounces out. Foster upends his player. To McGowan, and then Bodine knocked off the puck and taken down. Littleton behind the net, spinning it around and trying to clear it up the zone. McGowan holding strong at the blue line. And then that one jumps over him. McGowan setting back up. Has Bodine and then passes it through to Bodine now. I'm not going to even call whatever just happened there, but Bodine's in his own end with it. Bodine feeds it right to Littleton, who takes the shot. Graham with a save. Had to be sharp there. Cannonberg now. Pass up the far side to Fredette. He spins for it. Bounce back out. Cannonberg keeping it in. He's at the blue line. A crossover to McGowan, who has an opportunity to shoot. Rips one in there. Backhand. Foster finding the rebound. Excellent tip there by Bodine. The goalie cannot hang on to it. Foster finds the loose rubber in front of the twine and puts one in the back of the net. We're all tied up at threes with 3:39 left to go here in the third. And I'm excited for them to tie this one up, but this team, we should be beating them by 5 or 6 right now. Missing a few key players, but just because they're a little short benched is no excuse. Lauber backhands it up. Haviland trying to flip it to Foster. Bodine at the blue line, and then it gets around Kolchevsky. Lauber off the boards, looking to feed himself. Littleton picks it up. They stick handle through in and get a shot off on Graham. Cannot clear the zone again. The Hawks keeping it in. Rung around the boards here. Lauber giving chase behind his own net. Pinching him up against the boards. Castillo steals it out to their feet. Puts it around. Kolchevsky's gonna go after. Tipped there by Graham, and then back to Lauber. Lauber turns. Puck deflected and kept in there by Littleton. Castillo picks it up. Castillo working his way through center ice. Knocked down there as he can't get through all 3 players. And Littleton comes right back into the offensive zone. Skating around, deflected, and then a big save by Graham as he found the changing action of that puck. Castillo in his skates and not out. Back to center. Castillo can't get it out again. Now McGowan has it. He tips it up to Haviland, feeding it across behind Castillo. He's forced to retreat back inside their half of the ice to get it and then knocks it down. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. 3-3 is the score. Cannonberg shot. Goalie reaching that pad out there to make the toe save. Stewart centers. It's knocked down. He makes the second attempt and it's picked up by Littleton, who backhands that one high and out of the zone for McGowan at center ice. Cross the red line and hard back in. Manick coming off the bench, picking this one up. He's got it on his backhand behind his own net. Checks up and spins back the other way. Makes the feed pass up to Castillo. Out of his zone, and that's backhanded back in, offside. 1:31 left to go here in the third period. We're all tied up at threes. OTT Sports Network bringing you the action for Big Bear Ice Arena in Lowry, Colorado. Minute and 31 seconds so we don't fall off of here. Think we can make it?
I think we can make it.
Hopefully these kids can make it here. Another goal would really make it. Foster with a steal at center. He's there with Stewart. Oh, it gets taken away before they get across the blue line. Littleton can't get the shot off there with the good defensive efforts of the Warriors. Stewart out of the zone. Foster chasing. Littleton to it first. Off the boards. Picked up by Stewart. Off the bench in front, or off the boards in front of the bench. And into the final minute of this period. 48 seconds left to go as the Warriors tip it out of their zone. Littleton at center. Picked up by Lauber to Weber and then back to Littleton. The Hawks into the corner, working their way with it. Backed out to the point. Pushed down there by Lauber. The puck's loose. Littleton in control, looking for the wraparound. Again with it. Another shot attempt. Turned, spun. Knocked down by Kolchevsky. Can't clear the zone. Weber finds it. That was not a high stick. There's no way that was a high stick. That was not above the shoulders. 8 seconds left to go, and this one's going to be brought back into the defensive zone. Jack covers that one up. The clock didn't even start there. No time winding down. 8.3 seconds remain. And the Hawks get a freebie there. Castillo winning that one back. Cannonberg, fancy with it, dumps it all the way down. Icing's waved off, the buzzer sounds. They skate to a 3-3 draw here with Littleton orange, or purple, Littleton green, whichever team it was. We're just gonna call it a draw at the end of the day. I'm not gonna do any description of the hockey game I just saw. I think I talked enough. It's Sunday, I'm gonna go have some fun, enjoy the sunshine, and then head to the Avs game tonight. Sharks in town. Looking forward to that one. It's going to be a barn burner. The Sharks, one of the top teams in the league right now. They're going to shake hands here at center ice. I am going to go plug in my electric underwear that I forgot to charge here. Dave and I are going to get off of this deer stand and head home. You guys enjoy your day on behalf of everybody here at the OTT Sports Network. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. These kids love you and we love you. Have a great Sunday. I'm Harry Haviland and I'm signing out.